And welcome back to episode 40 of the Hit the Showers podcast presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Third Round Tap Out King.
What's going on, Cliff?
Nah, shit was popping with you.
Oh, another day, man. Ready to get to it. How you feeling?
You know, man, we getting there. We getting there. We at 40.
Right. 40.
I'm upset I didn't get this damn computer to have for this episode, but
Hey,
I
it's
think
coming.
I think we'll be good there.
It's coming.
But of course we are here to talk football. A little bit of football, a little bit of fight sports. We may even get into some other shit. We'll see how it goes. But first and foremost, since the last time we spoke, Julio Jones to the Tennessee Titans. How you feel about that?
My computer froze for a minute. I don't know what just happened. I think that was on me. Yeah, that's me. It's on me. I heard your question though. You said Julio. Well, your statement. You said Julio Jones to the Titans.
Yeah.
You're probably asking what I think. Yeah, man. That's gonna be interesting, right? You got AJ Brown. I'm not sure what other weapons they got besides Henry with the run game. I think it definitely elevates them. Yeah, I think they definitely could win that division at this point. I think the division is locked.
Right. Who are they? The South? AFC South?
AFC South is them, the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Texans.
Oh yeah, that's open.
Right, that's open.
That's open.
It's open.
That's a good move then. I mean,
yeah.
That's a
Julio,
good move. That puts them, I think, at the top of that division at the moment.
I agree. If Julio can, if their key guys can stay healthy, they got some problems on their hands if they face the Titans in that division or other teams as far as the playoffs go.
How much do you think this improves Tannehill having that weapon?
You know what? I think it definitely helps him out because it gives him an additional target that's an all-star, all-pro.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he is kind of getting into his later years, he still obviously can produce, it seems like. So I think it'll help Tannehill out a lot just to have that additional weapon. I want to see the chemistry, how that grows throughout the season with these two in particular.
Yeah, I will say I think that the trade happened a little sooner than
Right.
I don't want to say it should have, but I know that with it happening this fast that they took a hit on their cap that way. So I didn't expect him to get released this quick
That
or
quick.
traded.
I didn't either.
Which is a plus when it comes to him developing some sort of chemistry with Tannehill. He gets a little bit more time, especially being with the off season. The tail end of the off season, I guess you could say. He gets to spend that with him. So hopefully that does get them, on the same page, get them a flow. Because that's definitely going to be an interesting offense to watch this year.
Right. I think it'll definitely be an interesting offense, and I think it'll help Henry out because if they're airing the ball out a little bit more, they won't expect to run as much.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they do the run, I think he'll do his thing. So yeah, I think it's a nice move for the Titans.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something, I think, for sure. I'm just glad he's in the AFC and he's out of the NFC. That helps out.
That AFC is starting to look like the Western Conference in
now you want to admit that the Western Conference is the stronger side.
Nah, I ain't admitting that. I'm just saying that it's bunched up. That's what it is. The pack is more bunched up in the West.
AFC.
As the same. What's the same with the AFC? It's not that East may not have teams that are better on that side, but it's more open for them to move around. Right. Where the AFC, it's starting to get a little
getting crowded.
Right. We gonna see how that works out, especially with my squad being in the AFC.
Right. That's gonna be the question. You think y'all gonna win the division? Who's in y'all's? You, Denver,
Kansas City.
Oh, right.
I
forget Kansas City's in there. Who's else? Y'all, Denver, Kansas City, and
why am I blanking?
Chargers.
It might be the Chargers. Is it the Chargers?
They're in the West, right?
It might be the Chargers.
I feel like it is.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it is, right? And Hibbert. I want to see what he's gonna do this second year, boy. Last
Herbert.
year, Herbert. I could call him Hibbert. Herbert, right? Herbert, right? Justin Herbert. I want to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, this would be his third year?
Sophomore, second year, right? Because
was he a rookie last year?
Yeah, because remember he came out to get people didn't. I mean, you said that you weren't too surprised because you liked him at Oregon,
right?
Yeah, it is. By the way, yeah, the Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders.
Oh God.
But yeah, I mean,
don't know why I was thinking this was his third year.
This is his sophomore. This is his sophomore year. I'm gonna just double check Justin Herbert.
So he didn't have last year. Wasn't a full year for him starting.
He started the whole year, I believe. Right? I thought he might have not. I believe he came in. If he didn't,
then this is Taylor. His third year. Because
so he got. Why isn't it telling me? I'm just gonna type in seasons. Usually, you know, the basketball ones they tell you player. Justin Herbert.
Yeah, because I thought his first year he came out like mid-season, and then last year they started him the whole season, and I thought that was his second season. Could be mistaken. I don't know.
Drafted in 2020, round 1, pick 6.
Okay.
So sophomore year.
How many games did it say he games played out of the season on that?
Looking right now, of course. So games play, professional career. It's not well, hang on here. It's not telling me. It's talking about different matchups of games. Okay.
Whoop.
Games played. It says 15. He went 6-9.
Okay. So
for the Chargers went 6-9.
So he just didn't play the first game.
He threw 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. QB rating was 98.3 average.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. I like Herbert.
Yeah, y'all got a little tough division, low key. I think the Broncos, I don't want to say they got better, but they did get, what's his name? Just the Bridgewater?
They did get Teddy Bridgewater. Speaking of the Broncos, their safety Kareem Jackson said on a podcast that he has a close relationship with Deshaun Watson and he wants to join the Broncos organization. I don't know how possible that is. I don't know if Texas would be willing to part ways with him and, you know, to... Are they in that division? Texans are in the AFC.
They're in the remember they're with the Colts. They're in the AFC South. Colts, Texans.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be smart either. I don't know if that would be smart to offload him on the AFC.
I do see what you're saying. I see an ESPN article 3 days ago. Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson wants to join Denver Broncos. Ex-teammate says. Yeah, I see that. I do see that.
Yeah, I think I don't think that would be smart to put him on the Broncos for real.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, well, I don't think it'd be smart to trade him. Period. But at the end of the day,
at some point you got to. If he's not gonna play, he's not gonna play, and you can't just hold something like that when you can get something for it.
Right. I haven't heard much about him in a while too, like as far as what's happening with him.
Right.
So I'm really curious to see what's going on.
Yeah,
I've seen the Texans canceled their mandatory minicamp. I guess they said it saves Watson $93,000 because I guess obviously he don't plan on going or whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like you said, you still got to do something with him, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting nothing, you might as well trade him for something.
Right. I need something in return.
Because, I mean, what's his name? He already said he's prepared to start. He likes the position that he's in. Tyrod Taylor said that he likes the position that he's in going into the Texas, and it's the first time that he's had an opportunity to start in a while. So, I mean, of course, he doesn't have the job yet, but it seems pretty evident that's the only other option that you have if you can't get that man out on the court or the floor.
Right.
Or the field.
Right. Yeah, nothing else to go with. You know, your options are limited. So we'll see. Yeah, because they got like you said, Tyrod Taylor. Yeah, it sounds like he's going to be the one that's going to have to step up, like you said.
I can't think of anybody else.
not on that roster.
Yeah.
Unless they pick somebody else up to help them. They could have Joe Flacco if they want to get rid. If Philly wants to get rid of Joe Flacco, let him go to Houston. That's fine by me.
Y'all can't afford to.
Oh yeah, nah,
y'all
right.
Can't afford to.
Sadly enough, no, we can't. No, we.
And we
can't.
still gotta. We still gotta see your boy. We still haven't had the opportunity
Hurts.
to see. Right. There's no longevity there. We need to see more than 2 games, more than 3 games.
So, right.
Well, that's an interesting situation there. I think you might end up liking Flacco a little more than you think by the end of the season.
I mean, I think I've mentioned this before. We got our O-line finally back in healthy cliff, and that's something we've struggled with the past 2 or 3 years, where our O-line was getting deteriorated with injuries, and they're some of the most all-pro O-linemen. So to see, I think all but one of them is pretty much all-pro. Brandon Brooks, the center Jason Kelsey, which is Travis Kelsey's brother.
Right.
And then another lineman we have, Lane Johnson from Oklahoma a couple years ago. They got drafted. He's a guard. You know, these guys have been hurt. So to see them all back, hopefully they stay healthy. Block for my mans. Come on now. You better make something happen, Jalen Hurts.
Didn't y'all pick up? No. Yeah, didn't y'all pick up
an
draft
some linemen too.
Uh-huh.
1 or 2 Alabama linemen. Yeah, so, you know, come on now, block. You know, block. Block.
It's either going to have to be for Hurts or Flacco, and if the line's back like that, then I would imagine you would want somebody that could shred the pocket.
Right.
And I don't know if Hurts is that guy right now. May can develop into it, but I don't know if he is right now just a pocket shredding quarterback.
Well, he's got a full offseason this time. Last year, he only had a few games, to your point. But I still go back to the one impressive game against New Orleans Saints, where they were the number 1 defense at that time. And that was his first career start. And I was expecting a 48-0 blowout by the Saints, and he ended up getting that win. So
listen,
I'm confident in his abilities, but you are right. I do want to see how they transition or translate to this season.
You ain't gonna let that game go, huh?
No, man. I mean, come on now.
You gonna be telling his motherfucking grandkids about that goddamn game.
Back when I was
I seen Jalen Hurts play the number 1 defense in the league, and he beat him.
Hey, look, Cliff. Same thing with I know Mike ain't on here, but same thing with Nick Foles. I can't hate. You know what I mean? Even though it was one hit wonder, you still did something. You know, so. Get the flowers water here.
But you don't give them flowers before they deserve them.
Right. Well.
And I don't know if his college career would warrant any flowers being given.
I didn't watch him in college, but I thought he didn't do too bad in college.
He didn't do too bad. Nah, he didn't do too bad until Tua came in.
Yeah, but that always happens. I mean, when you got too many sheriffs in town.
I mean, they didn't know what they had. But that's what I'm saying, though, and I think I've said it before on a previous podcast, is anytime somebody can do that to you, I don't think you're the real deal. Anytime you're struggling, because when Tua was recognized was not the national championship, it was the conference, their
finals or something.
Right. They was struggling. He came in right at halftime and threw that bomb touchdown into the end zone and dominated the game for real from then on out. And then Alabama's looking like, well, do we go with this kid or do we go with Hurts? Right. Anytime somebody can come in and do that to you, that means that you weren't doing your job to the point that they needed you to.
But it could have been the system too. I mean,
it could have been the system.
Tua could have played better in that system to the point, obviously, than Hurts did, which is why he got the nod.
It definitely could be the system, because very rarely do you see a mobile quarterback behind the Alabama offensive line.
Right.
You know what I mean? And while Tua was, to an extent, he was still a pocket shredder. You know what I mean? He could still stay in that pocket and light you up if you let him.
Right.
I don't know if you gave Hurts 7 seconds back there, if he's really going to be a threat in that pocket like that.
Right. For that play style.
Right. So that would make me feel like if you got an all-pro line like the way you're describing it, I don't know. I don't watch a whole lot of Philly unless they're watching somebody else, you know what I mean?
Right.
But if you got the line that you're describing, it would make more sense to put a Flacco back there, in my opinion, than a Hurts.
Man. But just the guys reciprocate well to Hurts. That's what I noticed last season. A few games he did play. You know what I mean?
I have heard
like,
some things about that, about him in the locker room.
His swagger is unmatched. I think for a young kid, and I say that obviously not, being older than these guys these days in the league, like he came in with confidence, and these guys recognized that. And these were like the third strings he was playing with. Like, these weren't the starters, a lot of them. And the fact that they were able to still win at least a game or two and just kind of change their play style. And that was when Carson Wentz, who I think is better than Flacco. I'm still not a fan of Carson. I'm gonna keep picking on him. But I
better than Flacco.
I think he's better than Flacco. I mean, yeah, I think when he's healthy, let me say that when he's healthy, he's better than Flacco. But anyways, yeah, I just like the respect cliff that Hurts came in and just demanded, man, and how they instantly like up their play, and Flacco with him being older and out of his prime. I don't know if you get that same respect, that same grit out of these guys that maybe a Jalen Hurts can command, from his team. We'll see, like you said, but that's what I'm interested to see is the leadership that Hurts possesses.
I mean, that's the question because, at the same time, he got experience. He has experience in situations where you have to motivate your team. You know what I mean? It's not just the coach doing that. Flacco's been in those Super Bowl situations with his team, so I don't think him controlling, or not controlling, but leading the squad would be an issue. Now, what it comes down to is just like you said, they're the personalities, the different personality styles. Some may find themselves veering more towards a Hurts, but if he can't do it for you, he can't do it for you. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying that I would like to see who ends up getting the nod at the beginning of the season, and I won't be surprised if it's Flacco.
Well, some other factors that we didn't talk about, and it just dawned on me, Cliff, is that you got a new head coach. You have a lot of new coaches in general, because from my understanding, when Doug Peterson left, we know Carson Wentz left. A lot of the coaching staff is gone too. Nick Sirianni, the new coach, brought his boys. So I guess I didn't factor this in. Hurts played under Hurts played under the Peterson play style and other coaches' play style last year, playbook, whatever. Now you got a new coach. What's his playbook going to look like? What's his play style going to be?
I can already tell you.
What are the other coaches? I don't know. I
do. They about to look like a fucking college team out there. I'm telling you.
You think so?
I think so. I think
they don't do that, because you remember when Chip Kelly came that first year. I know you don't watch a whole lot of Philly games, but do you remember
I know
he brought that college, and we was right, and people weren't ready for it. They were like, wow, and then after that, the next year, they watched him, they catch on to it, and he was trash. Story was history. But
yeah, you can't stick with that. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't NCAA. You can't stick with that. But you could definitely throw some plays in there. Especially with the people that you got now. There you go, Pop.
Yeah, it's a fight. Get back on.
What's going on?
They changed my password, I guess. I don't know. My password got changed.
Wi-Fi password?
Yeah, I changed it on my phone, and all of a sudden on my computer it's changed. I'm like, man, what are you doing?
Listen, you probably got them linked.
I know it. I do. That's what I can't remember the one on my phone. Lost my wallet and everything.
God damn,
Pops, you got. Hey, that's that day. Y'all definitely some Cliffs. Y'all definitely some Cliffers. That sounds like a Clifford Jr. move, Pops. I would expect that from you. You don't lose wallets.
I'll lose keys. I'll leave keys in cars and all kinds of shit.
It's in the house somewhere. I just don't know where. I started working out.
Oh, I see the guns.
Yeah, I took off. I lost a total of 17 pounds now, so I'm good.
Already? Dang.
Yeah, since that football game, I've been going hard.
Yeah, Cliff told me about that.
I'll be ready next time. Next time, I'll be ready.
We're talking about, Pops, a little bit on the Eagles, different factors with Hurts, like the new coach, new coordinators, kind of like how's that team going to look compared to Doug Peterson and some other guys
How
last
did we
year.
get there?
They said
Because
the rookie. They said the rookie receiver been turning it out.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah. Why did I say Watson? Goddamn.
I don't know how we got there, Cliff. I think it was. Don't get me lying. I don't remember how we transitioned. It was something that made us transition to it, but then we talked about your team. We talked about your team, and then we went a little bit into Philly.
Well,
but anyways.
what I really want to know is how you feel about the Julio Jones trade to Tennessee.
I like it.
He opposite AJ Brown out there. I don't know if this is I think this is a great thing for Tannehill.
Yeah, I like it. I think Tennessee needed an offense. Their defense is sensational.
Now, where do you think they end up coming out? Like, as far as you think they come out of their conference? I think they come out of the South easy, but
yeah.
The question is, do they have enough? Is that trade enough to put them in contention with a Kansas City? That's the real question.
My thing on Kansas City, I don't understand is Kansas City really didn't make a lot of major moves. So I don't know if they, if you can't, it's great that you can do great with a team, but that team, everybody the next year prepares for that team you played with last year.
Right.
So just like I'm telling you about Brady and them, they won the Super Bowl, but you can't come. I can say this, you can't come with the same team, but then again, you can come with the same team. It just depends on how they play this year.
It's a lot tougher. It's a lot tougher to repeat when people got film on everyone on your team.
Right.
That's a good point.
But I think Tennessee actually can make some noise. They made noise a few years ago. Same coach, a lot of the players. Like I said, once again, same players. But they got a great running back. They got a good receiver now. I think there's something to watch out for.
I don't know who else they have. What is the rest of their receiving core?
I don't know their receiving core, but I know they had one running back that nobody could stop.
Right.
And now you take some pressure off of him, so that actually goes.
That's what Mark was saying.
Yeah. As far as the Titans go, I'm looking, Bud Dupree. I didn't know they got him from Pittsburgh. Oh, that's on defense though, but that's a good pickup.
Adam Humphries, Josh Reynolds, Marcus Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any.
Nobody I know.
No standouts. Yeah, so it really just those two in the running back, right? Even on defense, I'm not seeing any big names. Bud Dupree's the only one that stood out to me.
Well, shit. Here's another question: how many games does Julio Jones play this season? Does he stay healthy for a full 17 games?
I think so.
It's not all. It's possible.
Not all on him.
You said it's not all on him.
No, you always.
Right. I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying.
You don't really need him, except for when he's not moving the ball. You throw it a little bit, and you got to keep him guessing, man.
Right.
And you got a good defense. You've got a good defense. That means you ain't playing a long field half the time.
Right.
So it's not like he's in Atlanta where you're getting banged up a lot because who's your whole team? You're a whole team.
Listen, and they damn near shut him down in that Super Bowl against New England.
Right.
So it's not like he can't be stopped. You know what I mean? And Father Time is undefeated, as we all know. So it's not getting better by the day.
He's not as old as Larry Fitzgerald.
No, I'm not saying he's old by no means. I'm just saying I don't know if he says he still has that same speed. He did that interview where he said people don't need to question his health. He's as good as he's ever been. But who wouldn't say that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who wouldn't say that? It's hard to acknowledge the fact that your skills are on the decline, and I don't know if I would quite put him there yet, but they're not rising.
No.
That's a good move for him, though. Like you said, like to put him with somebody like AJ Brown that can take some of that off of his shoulders. He's not the guy that you can put all of it on anymore, I don't think.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I think it's going to be a good look for Tennessee for sure. I think they could be one of those dark horse teams in the league that you see them doing something that you didn't expect.
I mean, I don't think you can't expect it. I mean, they got a great coach. Like I said, they got a great organization. The defense plays good. The offense was strong. They've been there every year, right there. But you have to watch out for them. Now you just gave them a weapon. You gave them a weapon on top of weapons. So now it's like there's somebody to reckon with. You got to watch out for them. Now you got to really look out for them.
You right.
I'd have to see their schedule and how their defense holds up. Just looking at the name, I mean, again, they could surprise me, but just looking at the names on defense, you don't really got anybody credible, it sounds like. And then who do you play? You know, that's what I want to see, Pops. Like, what are your matchups? You know what I mean?
True.
Are you playing a lot of Kansas City and Tampa Bay type teams? You know what I mean? Are you, you know? Are y'all?
Well, like I said, their defense, they got a defense that can play with anybody. I mean, that's the thing. They have a defense that can play with anybody. You got to remember, they were always in the game because Henry carried them anyway.
Right, that's true. Now, if their offense can keep up, then
now, you know, before you were scared of them because they had Henry.
Right.
Now it's like Julio.
Right.
So remember, a couple of Saturdays ago, we were talking about AJ Brown putting out the tweet saying that Tennessee would be a good home for Jones. So they may know something we don't.
Yeah, he recruited him.
Right.
Some LeBron type stuff.
Right. They may know something we don't. They may have a scheme in mind that we haven't seen before out of Tennessee. I mean, you kind of have to at this point, right? Because you have both of those weapons. You can't keep the same scheme knowing that you have both of them on either end. You kind of got to rewire some things to get it to work for both of them. I don't think you can run those same plays knowing that you have two threats instead of one.
Exactly. My question is, lately they've been talking, been hearing your boy. I mean, I don't put a lot of hype in it. It is OTAs, but they've been talking about Mac Jones actually looking pretty good.
I heard that too.
I hear that Justin Fields is actually outdueling Dalton.
I heard that as well. That
horrible. He's starting to outdo him.
Yeah, and I heard that the players like him better too.
Yeah, and they say that your boy over there in Philly has been looking good. He's been taking command of the team.
Hurts, yeah, we talked about that before you.
And I heard one more.
Now's the time, though. Now's the time for these young boys to stake their claim.
Right, got to.
So that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a big time shakeup. I mean, it's a big shakeup going on right now. You can pretty much count Green Bay out. I mean, I don't think Green Bay's got it no more. If you're going to lose Aaron Rodgers, I think they're pretty much done because they're not even giving love any love. That lets me know that they don't have anybody to take Aaron's place.
Right.
You're not going to talk about love whatsoever. I mean, usually when you got something strong, you can talk about Aaron wanting to leave. You can be like, go ahead. But now, this is strong Aaron, and nobody's even talking about love.
But doesn't that look bad on their behalf?
As I'm saying, it looks bad on them, so I don't see them doing too much this year.
Right. Okay. Right. That is what you were saying.
I see San Francisco stepping up. I think
did too.
I see that as a good situation for a young rookie quarterback to fall in place. If GWOAT can play ball a little bit, I mean, maybe he can sit back for a year or two. I think it's going to be a nice season this year. I really can't call it like I want to call it. I'm still looking at Arizona. But then again, I'm hearing Arizona trying to get rid of their defensive end. He wants out of there.
Who?
What's his name? Come on, Mount.
For Arizona?
Yeah, Arizona's what's his
defensive
name?
Defensive end?
Yeah.
Defensive
star.
Not Chandler.
Yes, Chandler Jones.
Yeah, this what you talking about, Pops? He wants out? Really?
He wants out, yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Did they
don't know. I just read it the other day. He's trying to do
a
thing that he's trying to get out of there. I don't know. I can't remember if it was money. I can't remember. I meant to bring that up and lock it down, but I didn't lock it down, so I'm sorry.
No, you good.
He was saying that he wanted, he's looking to get out of there. I mean, honestly, maybe because, they brought in more players, more things in there, and I guess he feels like, he's ready to move on and make a payday,
That's
I guess.
better for him, though. It's better for him for them to bring in a Watt, somebody.
That's what I was thinking, honestly. I was thinking that's why I was giving Arizona a team to really be watched out for, because you talking about Watts and Jones and,
right.
and you talking about Simmons and all them other guys back there. But like you say, money.
All right.
He wants paid. I guess he's not.
Yeah, he wants paid.
And you know what? It's funny. We're gonna get into that a little later in the episode. The whole money thing, but I mean that's understandable. I mean it depends on what his contract is, because he's definitely. I put him top 5 defensive ends in the league.
Yeah.
And if you're not paying them like that, and you're bringing in other people around them that are getting deals that you like, well, wait a minute, you know what I mean? I can understand that.
But I don't think I'd want to leave.
Right.
I don't think I'd want to leave. I'd demand more money. I'd try to do a sit-out type of deal type of thing, but I don't say I'd want to leave.
Right.
They just put some nice pieces together that makes you look at Arizona like, man, Arizona made some noise this year.
Better the devil you know. How you know you're going to be with somebody that good?
You get kicked out of it and go to somebody like garbage, and then all of a sudden you're saying, man, I should have stayed where I was when I had a shot. And then, but then Kyler Murray, does his mind really in it? Because they say his dream of baseball, I read earlier.
I heard that too.
See,
his mind is still on baseball. So
see, I knew it was going to be an issue. I knew it was going to be an issue with him. Because it didn't make sense, right? Like, don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to play football for the glory, right? But when you know that you're walking away from a baseball contract, that's completely different.
Russell Wilson did it though too for the Yankees.
Well, listen, I mean, I get it, right? But
his itch is over.
Right. I mean, like, I feel like those were two different beasts, right? Like, of course, Russell did it, and somebody else did it as well.
Bo Jackson,
Sanders. No, recently.
Oh, you ain't talking about the big boys, Herschel Walker?
No, recently. It was a recent one, like within the past 10 years or so. Can't think of the name, though. It's not coming to mind. But Kyler Murray had already agreed to that baseball contract. That's the difference, is that that lets you know that he had some sort of love in that game at that point. And then, well, wait, I might want the glory. Let me go get that. But you can knock glory out of a motherfucker. You know what I mean? People take a couple good hits and they like, you know what? I think I might rather hit some balls than take snaps with these big motherfuckers coming at me. And that's ironic, is that I haven't seen him take hella hits.
Right.
No.
For the most part, they do a good job protecting him. But I could see him switching sides and saying, you know what, let me go get this money. Because they give you more. They give you longer contracts, and you're doing less. You know what I mean?
He's got DeAndre
Hopkins. More games, of course, but I mean, like, you're exerting yourself less. There's less chance of a major injury in baseball. Well, the way these motherfuckers is pitching nowadays, it might be like playing quarterback.
That's what I was gonna say.
Ain't it been 2 people got hit in the face by 100 mile per hour pitches in the past month?
They fighting,
but he don't pitch. He's outfield.
Yeah, he's outfield.
Right. I thought he was a shortstop.
He's outfield.
Oh,
he ain't pitching. I mean, that's all we know. He ain't a pitcher typically.
Right.
Exactly.
But you know what? The team is so stacked, though. Larry thought about coming back, or did he come back?
Fitzgerald.
I don't think Larry's retired yet. I don't think he's announced retirement yet.
So right. See, he wanted to come back. He was talking come back.
I did hear that. Is he back? Did they accept him back?
They wasn't gonna let him go. He wanted to leave.
Mike Brown in the building. I ain't seen that face in a while.
I know.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, he hit you with the hey.
He's stupid. Mike's stupid. Mike got that throw early.
Hey, he don't even give a man time to say hi.
Hey, look, hey, y'all. Is this Mike Brown or Michael Sam? He came in on some. Hey.
This nigga's stupid. Why are you so?
I'll take that. Go ahead, son.
What's up, Mike Brown?
Oh, nothing, man.
How you been?
Just out here clowning. I've been out here clowning, man, on the food trucks and everything, man. It's on. Yes.
Let me ask you a question. We brought it up, though. Like, what do y'all think, though? If Mac Jones is doing good right now, Cam Newton hurt again, where do you see that flowing? I mean, honestly, OTAs, and OTAs really don't mean nothing because your team don't hit you, your team don't smack you in the mouth.
Right. Now you right about that.
And you're throwing in shorts.
And he still looks a little doughy. He looks a little doughy to me. You know what I mean? Like, don't just throw. Like, get your body ready for the NFL level.
Right.
I'm just asking. I mean, I want to know how.
Well,
y'all feel. You think this is just because there's a lot of pregame hype? You know, it's not. He ain't done anything yet. He ain't showed anything yet. So for you really give him a lot of glory, like they're saying, Justin Fields looks fantastic out there. He looks great out there. The team really loves him. They're backing. But once again, it's OTAs throwing in shorts. The guy's not really being covered. So not truly being covered. They're being covered sometimes, I'm sure, but it's not the elite of the elite. And he ain't going to live gunfire at 100 miles an hour.
Well, see, here's my thing on that, and I agree with you 100%, but I feel like when you think of, like, the Justin Fields as opposed to the Mac Joneses, they have an extra set of security being their feet. You know what I mean? They're mobile.
Yeah.
They can get away from a elite threat rushing. You know what I mean? At them in the backfield. Mac Jones, he's kind of at the whim of his offensive line, because if somebody gets back there, he doesn't have the feet to get away or out of the way from taking a hit like that.
Sure.
Well, Trent Brown went back. You know, he went back. Come on. Maybe that's some help out, bro. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. You had to go there. You had to go there. No. What I think is Mac Jones, he's going to be thrown in the fire early.
Yeah, I think so.
He has no choice at the moment.
Because we all know how Cam gets hurt when he has a backup. So, you know, he's hurt. He's hurt now. So, you know, here comes his backup. Let's see how he does. You know, he's with Bill Belichick, too. You know, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Let's see what happens.
And you know what, Pop, to answer your question, because I don't think that any of us really answered it like that, I think that that's what they want in New England. I think they want Mac Jones to succeed because he fits their play style better than a Cam Newton does. And
is that why they bring it?
And you said what?
Is that why they're bringing it up for that, or are they bringing it up for tickets?
What do you mean?
For that.
You know what? If ticket sales are down, and they're not making any noise because they know everybody knows Cam Newton is the starter at this moment. And ticket sales are down, and they got tickets out there for sale, and nobody's really buying them. What if you start hyping up Mac Jones to say Mac Jones is this and Mac Jones is that? You know, people start looking at it like, oh, well, Cam Newton ain't starting. Mac Jones might take his place. I want to be there. I want to see it.
I can subscribe to that. I can rock with that.
I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, I'm being devil's advocate.
Right? No, I can rock with that way of thinking. That does make sense. But I mean, for the overall, I feel like it's kind of it's similar to how we said the Julio Jones and AJ Brown being together. You kind of got to rewire your playbook. It's the same thing when Cam came into New England. Once Cam came in, they understood we can't run a Tom Brady offense with Cam Newton back there. We got to rewire this a bit. Now, once Mac Jones, that glimmer of hope came in, it's like, we can run a Tom Brady offense with a Mac Jones. So now they're looking like maybe we don't have to rewire if we get this kid enough reps to where he's ready by September.
Right. Well, Cam's only got a year on his contract, right?
Yeah,
so
they only gave him one more.
We ain't expecting big things out of him. You know, if he don't make it, he ain't gonna make it.
No,
does he have anything left? Is another question. You think Cam has something left? I mean, at an elite level,
I got a year or two left in him.
I would say
I think so. Also, I agree.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, honestly, we said it 1,000 times. He's in the wrong offense.
Right.
Yeah.
If you put him in you put him in Carolina, I think he would be better.
Back in Carolina?
Yeah.
Really?
That's the only team that's made for him. I mean,
I would say, like I said before,
you know
put him in Chicago. Yeah, put him in Chicago. Get Dalton. Dalton makes more sense in New England, and you want you want to start Justin Fields. That's the end game that you've already made that aware. So bring somebody in there that can help him with his skill set.
Right. What about Las Vegas?
Cam in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
I wouldn't be against that.
I would.
At the rate they're selling him for, I wouldn't be against that.
I mean, he's accident prone, man. I really think Cam's washed up. Should I say?
I mean, you can say it.
You think the running back, you need to, if you're gonna transfer somebody to a tight end, there you go.
Cam.
Yeah, if you want to make a tight end, there you go.
That's 6'6" a man right there.
He's a big dude.
Strong, husky.
He is, and he's been putting weight on too.
Let him catch the ball and get you 4 or 5 yards and fall down.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Darren Waller, I'm a great fan, and I'm not. Everybody praised Darren Waller, but I think Darren Waller's soft.
I can see why you say that. I can see why he doesn't fight for yards. He falls.
He will fall down in a minute. So he catch the ball, look, you're gonna hit him, you lay down.
Right.
Maybe he's surprised he got the ball though. You know what I mean? Maybe he's surprised he got the ball.
He got it too much.
He laid down a lot.
He got it too much.
He did, but I like Darren. I like Darren. I think he's pretty.
I like Darren too, but I do agree with that.
I got one more for you. We ain't talked about it. We really ain't talked about either two of them. But this one right here was the #1 gun, and they're not talking about anything but hair commercials and girlfriends.
Who?
Mahomes?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
Hair commercials, head and shoulders.
Girlfriend.
Head and shoulders.
Yeah, head and shoulders. I ain't seeing nothing.
They said,
I ain't heard much from him.
Shake your hair for us.
Right.
We didn't hear more about Tebow.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. You do hear more about Tebow, and it's funny. The last thing that I did hear about Trevor Lawrence was negative, and it was that he couldn't complete passes in the red zone. That was the last thing I heard about Trevor Lawrence. Nothing has come across my radar since then.
They showed him and his girlfriend. That's all I seen. I ain't seen or heard nothing else about it. Now, I know Trey Lance ain't gonna get talked about a lot because Lance is in a situation where I don't think he should be started.
Well, no, not over Garoppolo.
You don't think so? Because Garoppolo went down to a ankle injury. So I mean, it was like, did you see how he got hit? I mean, it didn't even look like nothing, and like he just got hit with a wrist, and all of a sudden he's twisted up, bro.
But,
you know what I mean?
LeBron James.
Right. I mean, sometimes that shit happens though.
That's good. Hey, it hurts. It hurts.
I think you right. I think what's happening is we get so used to seeing the acting in sports, like flopping in basketball, and over dramatizing injuries, that we start to think in actual football and sports where injuries do happen, that it may not be as serious because of what we see in other sports. You good? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that's what's happening. I mean, yeah, but I do know what you're talking about, and yeah, it didn't look like that was that severe. But you never know. Sometimes it's just the wrong plan. Anything, anything can go wrong.
I mean, I looked at it over and over again. I'm like, man, this dude is all that hype, and come down there and get hit in the ankle, and he's over with.
Right.
You know.
But barring the injury, I would put Garoppolo over Lance unless Lance showed me something incredible, leading up to the season. Because you're still a rookie, you know what I mean? You need time in real game experience to sit on that bench and watch what that man does. To stand next to your coach and hear the reads coming from the eye in the sky telling you what's going on out there. You need that before you go out there. And I feel like the quarterbacks that do get thrown to the fire, while they do end up developing faster, I feel like they reach their ceiling though. You know what I mean? Like when you look at the Sam Darnolds and the only one that didn't Russell kind of got thrown in there, didn't he?
He got thrown to fire.
Yeah, Russell did, and Russell succeeded too. So But
You mean
Russell
Jamarcus
Wilson.
Russell?
No, Russell
Oh.
Wilson.
Okay, say no. I'm just messing with you, bro.
Yeah, no, he's stupid.
Anyway,
But yeah, I feel like the quarterbacks that get thrown into the fire do develop faster, but they reach their ceiling quicker, and it's like, well, what's next for them? Russell Wilson's the only one that I can think of just off top of the mind that's like, yeah, he got thrown in and he did his thing.
But he did when he came in, he was doing his thing though. Really, when he come in from Wisconsin, wasn't it? Was he from Wisconsin?
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
He came in, he done his thing to win that starting job. You know what I mean?
But I don't know of anybody else. I mean, you look at Darnold, you look at
Roethlisberger did his thing when he got his start.
Burrow did his.
Did he get thrown right in though? Did Roethlisberger get thrown
Tommy
right
Maddox,
in?
Yeah, when Tommy Maddox was
you are right.
They threw him right in.
Yeah, you are right,
Burrow came in firing up.
Well, he still got time. He still got time. You know what I mean? I don't want to put him in the list with Roethlisberger and Wilson quite yet. I'm impressed with him. You know, I definitely am impressed, but it's also your first season. We got to see what happens.
Herbert.
What he's in the same boat where it's like, let's see you get out of 4 years. Let's see you get out of high school. Graduate from your first 4 years in the league, still doing this, and then I'll start considering you to be the next Russells and Roethlisbergers. But I'm not just going to put you in that boat with them because that's disrespectful. You know what I mean?
I think Herbert's going to get rocked a little bit this year.
I think he will too. Naturally.
What gives you that idea?
Because if you watch the drafts and you listen to if you watch the draft and watch what people did, I think him coming in, he caught everybody off guard last year with his ability to run and his ability to throw. I gotta go back to the Raiders. On the other hand, makes everybody look good, but this time,
I'm glad you said
they
that.
naturally. I can't say it about their defense because naturally, and they solidified the back end of the defense, which we were getting killed at. I don't think Jonathan Abram, by putting him in the box, will be able to let you run them big deep routes and score touchdowns real easy because he thinks that he had to make a name off of hitting people. I think they'll calm him down this year, so he'll actually read the play better and not try to hurt people to hurt himself.
He would be a perfect safety if he did
box
that.
Safety, he's good. Trayvon Moeing. I really don't think Trayvon Moeing is going to start over Gillespie.
No.
I don't. I think Gillespie's a better. I think Gillespie's a better. I don't know. I could say Gillespie. If Gillespie plays well and Moeing plays well, I think Jonathan Abram might sit down.
They got a lot. They got a lot on their back end now.
What I'm saying is the way the Raiders improved their defensive backfield. Kansas City always had a great defensive backfield, and I think Denver made some strides to get better. I don't think he's gonna surprise anybody.
Herbert.
They got film tape on him now, so that
right.
Good.
Oh yeah. I like how you said the Raiders made him look good because they sure did.
We make everybody look good.
Don't we though?
We lost 2 games last year in the last 20 seconds.
Yeah.
We had the lead. We gave it up in 20 seconds. They got the ball with 20 seconds left. They scored beat them. I do want to say I'm really surprised. I do want to see Philly play this year because I really think that their quarterback's going to be nice.
I want to see him play. I will be looking a lot at Philly.
Giving him his old receiver back, which gives him somebody who can throw to that he likes. He's been kicked in the teeth. He's been pushed down. I think he's going to come out strong. I think he's actually going to command his team. I think he's going to do well.
I think he needs Nick Foles as a backup.
Let's bring Nicky back.
That's the only way. That's the only way that they're gonna get ahead. You know what I mean? You know, I'm sorry.
I'm cool with Nicky.
I think
I bet you are.
Cincinnati gonna be a sleeper. I think that too. That's
Cincinnati?
Really? Good Lord. That sounds
Props
cool.
with the hot takes. Props
he is.
Keep the hot takes. Boy.
Yeah.
He said Cincy?
I don't know if they'll be a sleeper. I think they'll do better. I don't think they'll be
Look at Cincy last year. They were not playing bad football.
No.
They wasn't playing bad football.
Who do you have to throw to?
Right.
AJ, what's his name? AJ Green. AJ Green?
AJ Green was hurt most of the time. He's not the same AJ Green anymore.
Right.
So who did he have to throw to?
I mean,
And he was running the ball. His running game is strong. He'll run the ball, and he had no receivers.
He put a lot on his shoulders that year. I'm not gonna lie.
Now you brought in his best receiver. They gave him the Heisman Trophy. I think he has something to work with now.
But he still.
Are you saying?
You still got to get open, and in a situation like you said where there's no receivers, I feel like the only way that works is if they underestimate a Cincinnati offense and let him do that. But if they start covering him with a spy on him and they shut down his one arm,
Cincinnati had a couple receivers. They just didn't have nobody strong. They had receivers he could throw to, but he didn't have nobody that like push it downfield, get everybody else open. AJ Green was not the man.
But
if you give him somebody, go ahead. You give him somebody. Go ahead.
What does he have to throw to? Who does he have to throw to now?
I can't remember their name. They had that little fast receiver they had. I can't remember his name.
They just drafted Chase,
Jamar Chase.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Chase guy.
Yeah. They had a couple decent ones.
Yeah.
Not
Didn't
just
they
AJ.
get a tight end too?
They had a tight end.
Oh, okay. I might be thinking of somebody.
But the thing is, they had a receiver last year that was pretty nice. I can't remember his name, but he was pretty nice. He got open a little bit. The thing was, I think he was a rookie, or he was his second year or third year.
They got T. Higgins.
Who you talking about?
Yeah, Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins wasn't bad.
Thaddeus Moss, which is Randy Moss's son.
Right. That's his son, ain't it?
Yeah. Joe Mixon at running back.
Right.
Tyler Boyd at wide receiver. I think he's halfway all right.
Yeah.
Higgins was decent. They had Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. That is, I do remember hearing his name a lot.
I don't know what Moss did. I don't know that much about.
I'm not a big Cincinnati game watching guy.
Since when did Michael Thomas go to the Bengals?
It was a hush.
I didn't know anything about that.
I'm on Google, and I looked at the Bengals roster, and it says that Michael Thomas is now a wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Is that real? And that's crazy because I don't even know any Bengals fans.
I know Stephon. I know
from the spot.
Yeah, Stephon. But I don't know many.
My brother used to like the Bengals.
I'm not against the Bengals, but I like good football, and I think the Bengals play decent football.
I'm not gonna say that they're in development. They're a development
the problem
team.
with them was they had AJ Green and them guys that they could get you there, but they couldn't get you over the hump. But
right.
Now I think they got a better quarterback.
Yeah.
They got a better receiver. They got a great running game. The defense was always decent. I think they're a team that you have to watch out for. Is all I'm saying. It's a team you have to watch out for.
Right. You can't underestimate them.
Don't ever underestimate them because they'll be the ones that cut your throat.
Right.
And he's.
I think the Jets are going to turn around this year.
Really?
I don't think they're going to do great. I ain't saying they're going to do great.
The Jets with
Where you
Wilson?
at, Callie?
Right.
With who? You muted. You unmuted. I don't know what happened. You clicked mute.
I hit the button.
Yeah.
Wilson's the guy they drafted, right? What's his name? Zach Wilson.
Yeah, quarterback.
Yeah.
Little 12-year-old looking dude.
Yeah.
He looked like a Saved by the Bell cast member.
Don't he? Like Justin Bieber's cousin or something.
But he might show out. But that's
right.
Listen,
I hope he does.
That's another one. That's one that I, especially after that statement I made. That's one that I gotta watch. That I said, you throw a quarterback into the fire that early, and you don't give him time to listen to the man upstairs and watch a quarterback in front of him out on the field. They excel fast, but reach their ceiling early. And I'm hoping that he's one of those that breaks through that ceiling. That's like, nah, I really do got it. Don't worry about it. I would like to see that out of him, but I don't know. Man. The Jets chew up and spit quarterbacks out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What's
that
the
is
last
true.
one that didn't get? And even Namath, they even did him dirty.
Pennington
Mark
was there for a
Sanchez, wasn't it?
while.
Mark Sanchez that ran into that butt cheek.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Boy.
The Jets chew up and spit quarterbacks out, man.
Yeah.
Remember when Geno Smith played for them?
Right. He got his nose broken by his own teammate.
I think it's gonna be a good year for
It was
football.
his jaw.
You
I
said
think
what?
it will be too.
I think it's gonna be a good year for football.
No,
I
I
think
think,
it is, too.
I think that's the truest words you've spoke thus far. Is I think this
Yeah, I
might
hope
be
so.
one of the best years for football that we've had in a while.
And as a Raiders fan, I love it because we have three primetime games.
Yes.
Plus, Cincinnati, which will be televised.
Mm.
Cleveland will be televised. And Pittsburgh should be televised.
Yeah,
So
we really need to
That-
start talking about.
That
in,
reminds me.
we really need to start talking about in post what games we got eyes on for the podcast going to see.
If y'all interested, Mike's been talking about trying to go to the Raiders and Colts game in Indy this year.
Who it?
Like,
You have Mike.
When's that game?
Yeah.
Like, when's that
Mhm.
game?
It's going to be week 17.
I mean,
Oh, that's the
Week
last
17.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
no, we ain't dang the last one, is it? I thought
16 and 17.
17's the last one.
I thought Chicago
Right.
got the last game.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying
You're really
week
lying,
17 would be the last game. I don't know who plays who.
I know we're about to the end when we play Indy, though.
But that's
Shit,
it.
Shit,
Oh.
that's the last. That's the
Right.
last game I went to with you, Paul.
Yeah, I'm down with all of them.
That's the last game I went to is Raiders Indy.
Yeah, so if y'all interested, we can look into that and try to make something happen. I'm just a fan of football, so even though it ain't either one of my squads, I'm
See,
just
I
trying
want to
to
see.
a
I
game.
want to
Yeah.
see a game like a Raiders Cleveland, like so I can yell in somebody's face when a touchdown happens, type shit. I want to be like, "Yeah, Brick."
Listen, I heard the dog pound is real. I heard it.
Oh, you already know. It's
I've been in
Cleveland. It's Cleveland. What you
I've been in
mean?
there.
I'm
I
still
have-
rocking my Raiders.
I paid $160 for my tickets. We was down right up in front. Right up.
Yeah,
I'm
that
still
dog
rocking
pound,
my Raiders. What you mean?
I did too.
I'm trying to make
Yeah.
it alive.
I'm ready for all the games. I don't care. We can drive down to Buffalo.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
we gonna talk about it in post because we definitely need to start making some waves here. And that would definitely be some footage that we could use for the channel, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
In general. But moving on to sports, I thought this was kind of funny. Kirk Cousins spending time in the offseason to rewatch his entire career.
Really?
Does
What's
that
gonna
help? Does that help Kirk Cousins at all?
Oh, because the game has changed itself. The game is evolved.
I mean, a couple years ago, he did a record on passing, or I mean, what's going on?
I mean, rewatching your entire
What the hell?
career is wild to me. Like,
That's a lot.
and that's a good point, Mark. That the game has changed, and I get in. There's certain things that you may revert back to that you may habits that you may be able to catch doing that. But outside of that, what is the point of you if you haven't broken those habits by now? Like, what's the point of you rewatching your entire career? At that point, you got to rewire your brain, because if you're still
Right.
doing the same thing that you're doing at the beginning of your career, you're probably not going to be able to cut that habit by now.
Right.
You only
The
got
only
a
thing
year or
I'll-
two left. We thought you were retiring after this one.
Right. The only thing I'll say that paid dividends is, I don't know if you guys heard this last year, but I guess Aaron Rodgers went back and looked at like aspects of his career, like I think his footwork, or something,
Right.
like, something with his footwork or something.
Yeah, I can see that.
Habits.
To
That's the only
find-
thing
to-
that you could.
Yeah, to fine tune, and then he won MVP. So that that makes sense to me. But yeah, your whole career as a whole, I mean, rewatching it.
I mean, but
I
it
don't
might
know
be the
about
same
that.
thing. It might be the same exact thing as you saying Aaron Rodgers watching
Aaron Rodgers.
aspects of his career. But the only key difference is Kirk Cousins has never been an MVP. And,
Right, caliber quarterback.
And
Well, he had that one record a couple years ago for deepest passing yards.
Michael let it go.
I mean, off a play action. Yeah.
He didn't do the
Kirk
Philly
Cousins.
special. He didn't do the Philly special.
Oh, come on, man. You're gonna make my belly hurt. Quit this. Quit this.
Yeah.
He trying to start a he trying to
He
start
said
a
you
fight
gonna make my
online.
belly hurt.
Yeah.
He said you gonna make my belly hurt.
Stop.
You giving niggas stomach aches, dog.
Right.
That was listen.
Wow, I guess not. It's not the Philly special.
No,
You know.
no, it's not.
How many years does he have realistically, Kirk Cousins
Left?
in the league? Yeah.
Probably 2, if that. How old is he? Let me see.
I see 2.
Yeah, I don't see any more than 2. I see 2 as your max.
I see him as a coach, football coach.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, a player trainer.
Right. Somebody to keep on the
32.
sideline to develop up your get that.
He's
I didn't
young.
think he
He's
was
born,
that young.
He's born 1988. He's 30. He'll be
Motivated.
33.
Yeah. Yeah, I just
He's
don't.
a
I don't
backup.
know.
He's a third string backup motivator. He's somebody to keep the team inspired. You know, your sideline cheerleader.
Or somebody
Right.
to see the things nobody else is looking at.
Right.
You spending all that time rewatching your career, you better rewatch them young bucks footwork too and tell them what they doing wrong, because you ain't getting past that.
I got one for y'all. What's the team, the worst team you could think of that made a big turnaround right now? We think they're gonna do something special this year. Who's your team?
Worst.
That I think is going to do something special or do more.
Something special. The one that you think that like look at like the Jets. They not doing too hot. They haven't been doing hot. What's their chances? You in your eyes, they might make a playoff run, or what do you think about?
I think Miami. I think Miami is going to do more. I don't know if they'll get
Miami
to the
wasn't that bad
playoffs.
last year.
I
Yeah,
like
they
Miami.
weren't awful. They weren't awful. But I mean, I
give me
feel
the
like
awful team. The team you think that was awful last year that you really think was the worst.
okay.
It really made a major turnaround.
I don't know.
That's a good
thought Eric-
question.
I thought everybody did good. I mean, really.
Do you?
I mean, yeah, with the pandemic and everything going on, people being sick and everything. I mean, wow, a lot of teams pulled it out, man.
I mean, that whole New York Giants, New York Jets, and all them, they all suck. But I think the Giants,
The Giants do, yeah.
I didn't
Daniel
think about
Jones.
the Giants. I
But
forgot.
I'm
about
thinking
them.
Daniel
Daniel
Jones
Jones is going to be better this year.
Galladay.
I think the Giants.
Lions.
Barkley back too.
Saquon. Yeah, Saquon's back. They drafted your boy Cliff. I still don't think he's going to do nothing. From,
Drafted who?
Florida wide receiver. You keep talking.
Oh,
about.
Pitts.
Kadarius.
Pitts.
Nah, Kadarius.
Tony.
Uh-huh.
Tony. But yeah, I mean they got some weapons. I mean it's hard to say. I mean, yeah, it's hard to say.
I might say, well, nah, that's another one that didn't do that bad last year.
Because I'm trying to think of the league as a whole.
I was gonna say I think Indy might do a little something this year, but
Jacksonville could. You got Lawrence, got Etchen.
Whatever.
One of no good teams, they turn it around. Jacksonville, I think they're going to make some
Jacksonville
holler.
could. Urban Meyer's
I think the
coach.
Jets I'll make a holler. I think the Bengals going to make some holler.
I would put the Bengals and the Jets in that category.
I just with the Jets, I don't know what the offensive line's looking like.
But Bengals and the Jets. You don't know nothing about that, young buck.
K-E-T-T.
I know about the Jets, but I don't know about them. I don't know about them Bengals like that. Know about that.
All right, here's a better one for y'all. What do y'all feel about the 12-game 2023 college football playoffs?
Oh, I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
What is it now?
I was fighting for 16, but they went down to 12. They met in the middle.
Wait.
12.
Oh, so they didn't get the 16. I wanted the 16. That's really what I wanted.
Yeah. So they're only doing 12?
Yeah, I wanted the 16. Cause I want it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's been a far cry for a lot of those teams that aren't in the right conference that do great every year and can't make a playoff.
Mm-hmm. See, so it kind of takes it off the pressure off the NCAA, where everybody says, "Oh man, they keep picking on the same team."
Right. Same 4 teams every year. Same 6 teams.
I actually think Clemson's gonna fall down some this year.
Clemson?
Yes.
Good. Who's their quarterback? I don't know who their quarterback is.
I don't know who their quarterback is.
Quarterback's gone, receivers are gone. They reloaded, but I don't think they can get past Georgia's. I don't. You know, I think Florida might step up a little taste. So I don't really see Clemson in
That's
them.
a good question, though.
And I really want to see what Bama going to do. They always got a good team, but for some odd reason, Bama seems to me like they're slipping, but they do pick up.
They do.
So Bama, Ohio State, and Clemson are all getting new quarterbacks.
It's always Ohio State, Bama, Clemson, Georgia's on the cusp.
But Ohio State gets a new quarterback every other year. It's very rarely do they keep somebody like Barrett that sticks around for 3 and 4 years. It doesn't happen. Like Ohio State's usually a one and done type of quarterback system.
Right.
Only thing bad about it this year is Justin kind of messed him up because he hung around for quite a while.
Right.
And they didn't have a backup that made a name for itself.
Right.
He didn't make a name because you can't say CJ and them guys was the next because they never really got to play that much. They were redshirt freshmen. They were freshmen last year. So now you wonder which one. And now you're talking about Ewers coming in next year.
Who?
That kid, and that dude threw a 70 yards bomb strike. And you know, NFL players, a lot of NFL quarterbacks ain't throwing 70 yards on the line.
No.
I don't know nothing about him. Ewers?
Yeah, he's a 5-star number. He's the number one recruit coming out next year. He's the first, number one in the nation coming out. He's going to Ohio State. He's going to be a quarterback.
He a white boy?
Yep, Texas had him.
Thank God I'm so sick of them putting fast-ass niggas in the backfield at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Give me a quarterback.
I'm going to start calling you Uncle Ruckus.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Texas lost their coach, and he decided to come on Ohio State, and he's been sticking to Ohio State 100%. He is the number one recruit coming out, period. Boy, got tape on. He lighting up camps, lighting up everything. Throwing 70 strikes downfield. Two-step dropping it.
And I apologize for anybody that's listening out there that may be a new viewer. I only say that from an Ohio State standpoint. Ohio State has been, it's almost the reverse of Get Out. That movie Get Out. It's almost like they've been in the sunken place with black quarterbacks that are active with their feet and only have mediocre arms. That is frustrating to me. I'm not against black quarterbacks. Love them. I want to see them take over. But give me one that can throw. Not saying Justin couldn't. I'm just saying I'm sick of seeing feet over arm in Ohio State. So I would love to see the guy Ewer come in. But yeah, that was just a disclaimer for the new fans. I'm sure that everybody else knows how I get down.
Yeah, Ewers is a beast, man. He's a beast. I've been keeping up with him, watching him.
I just Googled him. It says he threw the football into orbit. I'm like, what?
Clickbait, and you took it, you fucking guppy, you bubble guppy, you fucking bubble guppy.
Got an arm, man. I'm telling you, the dude has an arm, and he's tall, he's fast, elusive.
You said you wasn't that. Who was it that said they wasn't that impressed with Archie?
That's me.
You ain't impressed with Archie?
I think, you know what, for the name, I mean, if I think it's on his name.
I can understand what you said.
It's on his name. I haven't seen anything. Like when you watch a Ewers game, if Malcolm, you watch Ewers YouTube
highlights,
you watch his YouTube highlights, and then you put on Manning's highlight tape, you'll see 150%.
Okay.
I don't see the. It's just I see him running. He don't have the duck.
I like Archie.
I like Archie. I like Archie, but Archie's not. But it's more Archie. You take Archie. Archie came from his dad, his uncles, all winning Super Bowl. I mean, except for his dad, but grandfather. But them all winning Super Bowls, quarterbacks, coaching. He should be out of this world. I mean, there's no way you should know how to read.
Yeah, no, you right.
You should know how to do the defense. You should know how to. He should know all the tricks of the trade. You got 3 top coaches that all play the NFL. You coming up, and they all pushing the football in your face.
And none of them are dumb.
You should be dynamic.
But I think, like Cliff said, you know, because I guess I would say the same thing for LeBron's son. Because you got to think, like, even though in Archie's case he has the Eli's, Peyton's, and his grandfather.
You're talking about Hagler.
Bronny has a Dwayne Wade, dad's best friend, his dad, Chris. You know what I'm saying? He has a slew of talent that could help mold his game, but he's not as good to me as not right now, at least, to what I think he hasn't hit a ceiling yet. You know what I'm saying?
You ready for it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm gonna tell you again. He's Michael Jordan Jr.'s son. Michael Jordan's
son.
Oh,
you better shut your mouth.
You know what I'm gonna tell you this. Bronny can play ball. Yes, he can play ball. But he is not his daddy's 6'9", 6'8" height, 200.
He's not.
He's taller. He's taller at age. They did that. He's taller at age right now.
He's not gonna have the body his dad has.
He won't have that. No.
He doesn't have the thickness, the athletic ability. He's softer than his dad.
Definitely.
I don't see him.
I think he has a better game than his dad.
I don't think so.
I think he has a better game than his dad. I don't think it's as electric by no means, but when it comes,
don't get away what he gets away with because he's 295, 50 pounds, and he can come through with his knees up and he can dunk on you. Bronny can't do that.
He can if he wants to.
You watch any playoff game that LeBron took over, he dribbles 3 times, go through the lane, and everybody gets out of his
Same move over and over again.
He runs in there and he dominates.
Nah, he doesn't have like the explosion or he doesn't have that, but I think he has a better IQ of the game. I definitely think he has a better IQ than LeBron had at that age.
I'm gonna tell you, here's
he
another
plays
one.
Point.
Look at Sharif O'Neal. He got a better game than his dad. But yet, what can he do? He's not as fat, thick, tall, and strong as a big, bald, fat guy.
And didn't he have heart issues?
Yeah, he had some.
But he got that taken care of. But regardless, he cannot dunk on you like Shaq. Shaq didn't have no game. Shaq was just huge. You throw him the ball down low, he could dunk on you.
He could dribble a little bit.
Down low, he could dunk on you.
Well,
that's my point. Sharif is not going to be a Shaq, so you're not going to get a Shaq out of Sharif.
But I think he ends up having a better game too.
He'll have a better game
all around, not better like as in going down higher than his pops. But
that game of LeBron played back in the day is done. You just said the game of NBA is turned around. And I'm gonna tell you how you gonna find out. How you find out? Look at your boy. Watch your boy's career and compare his game to the like they say. What's your fat boy name that went to Pelicans? Not the Pelicans. Zion. You watch Zion's game. Zion, that little dunk and all that stuff. It's fading. Nobody does it anymore.
Aaron says that all the time. He got to learn how to get a jumper. He's gonna be done.
You can't dunk on people. A la Charles Barkley. Them days are over. These young boys are shooting 3-pointers and
stretch the floor.
They stretch the floor. They don't need you down there. You just in the way.
Right.
You just in the way. That's why they make Ben Simmons look like trash because he can't shoot.
Yeah.
Right. He has no wrist.
The game is changing, man. That's why I was saying it. You know what I said? Y'all said who's the best NBA player in the league right now, and I said, you know what I'm talking about, your boy.
Damian Lillard? Was it Lillard?
No, I didn't say Lillard. I said, what's the boy came out with Zion? What's his name?
John Morant.
John Morant. I'm gonna say Doncic.
Yeah, that you could. Yeah,
Doncic to me right now is the best NBA player. Period.
I think I might agree.
He gets the rebounds. He's got a shot. He can pass. You can't stop his game. You got to have him on the team. If I had my first pick would be Doncic.
I think I might agree.
And everybody like Doncic, LeBron? No, I'm not gonna take LeBron because LeBron's a joke.
Well,
the only problem with Doncic is I can't count on him in the playoffs yet, and I feel like 9 times
he was dropping 40 pieces back to back.
But he lost. But it
wasn't on his accord though.
But I tell you right now, hey, Mal, I tell you right now, if you took LeBron and switched him with Doncic, the Lakers would still be playing right now.
Oh, I think so. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah, I think so.
I agree.
That's my point. Everybody said, who's the better, LeBron or Doncic? Doncic comes to play.
But he's a young buck too, though, and he's also been playing professional basketball since the age of 15. That's like Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, now everybody can say, yeah, Canelo looks like he'll take Floyd out. But at the same time, if we're talking prime for primes, you don't compete. Doncic can't compete with LeBron prime for prime.
No.
But right now, yes, when we talk about the young guy that's been playing with adults since the age of 15 and learned the game in Europe, as we've also talked about on Basketball Podcast, where I feel like is a great development place for young talent because they play a different brand of basketball out there. It's more technical. You learn all of the moves that like Doncic does, those fallaways, those turnarounds, you learn technical shit, whereas American basketball is built off of athleticism, so they're just dunking. And eventually you see, oh, okay, that guy knows what he's doing there, i.e. Luka Doncic.
Right. That's why I say, man, LeBron needs to learn to sit back, take his role, and be a role player. It's time for you to stop trying to be the man and be the role player. We're trying to change the Lakers around and just be the role player. If they'd have kept the same Lakers they had last year, they'd probably been a lot further this year.
I agree with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that as well.
Definitely agree.
They messed the whole team up because they keep tinkering because LeBron ain't never happened.
He said keep tinkering.
I don't like Kuzma, but I think Kuzma. I think Kuzma will be a lot better on another team.
I think so too. I think if you put him on put him on Orlando.
Oh yeah, he'd be nice.
Put him on a team where he could be. Well, no, I still think that's Randall's team if you put him on New York.
Yeah, but you got somebody to bring the ball down and shoot and help Randall out. They played together before.
Did they mesh together though? That's a question.
Yeah, they played good. Everybody played good. I mean, I think they played good. The problem with him was when LeBron came, he decided he wanted to kick people off. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. I don't want anybody to compete with me.
Maybe that was a head thing. You know what I mean? Like maybe
intimidation factor.
No, I'm thinking the opposite of intimidation. Like where he was like, oh, he kicked off Hart, Ingram, Randall, all them, Dwight, all them, and still kept me. I must be good enough as I am.
But look at everybody else who's doing it. Look at Clarkson still playing.
Clarkson going nutty.
Clarkson's balling.
Clarkson going nutty as he always does.
Yeah, Clarkson's still balling like he was in LA. I mean, you had Hart that balls, you had Ingram that ball, you had Randall that ball. Lakers had an all-star team.
That's how I felt about Cleveland. I felt like not in the sense of Lakers. You're right with the Lakers. Lakers did damn near have an all-star team with the addition of a LeBron. I'm more so thinking that before LeBron came back with the Kevin Love and trading away Wiggins and all that, they had a potential. Cleveland Cavaliers had a potential development into an all-star team before you started divvying off everybody to everywhere else.
But you know what? If you make his butt itch, he's getting rid of you. Because of you, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, clearly he ain't allergic to. He ain't allergic to Kuzma's bricks because that motherfucker been putting them up.
But you know what? But Kuzma plays better when LeBron's hurt.
Right, because I think he feels more
it's like he gets
loose.
Scared when LeBron come back.
Go ahead, Malcolm.
Right.
You
missed it earlier. We didn't get a chance to ask you. How do you feel about the Julio Jones trade to the Titans?
Oh yeah, we didn't.
Oh, okay. I'm still looking at this picture that you sent me, Malcolm.
Which one? The horse?
Yeah.
What horse?
Man,
out here.
There's something wrong with him, man.
You can't see it.
You can't see it, yeah.
So
I'm glad we can't see it.
Anyway, I think Julio Jones. Yeah, you don't want to see it.
Y'all remember the show Mr. Ed? Y'all remember the show Mr. Ed?
Yeah.
I be calling Mike the horse off Mr. Ed. So every time I see a pony and a horse, you know, Mike got that big laugh, that big smile. So I be calling
Mike,
him a horse.
don't let him do you with his high yellow ass.
I seen this picture where this horse photobombed this couple. They just got engaged or announced their pregnancy on Facebook on the news. So I tagged Mike and I said, Mike, what you doing photobombing this couple's picture?
It was a good one too. That was a good one. I gotta give it to you. I wanted to show everybody. Anyway, I think the Titans. I think they're gonna be tad bit better. You know, they've been knocking on the door here these last couple of years now.
That's what Pop
so
said.
Vrabel's gonna get them over the hump. So here it is.
Oh yeah, Vrabel is the coach, huh?
Yes,
man.
yes.
It's getting real tight in the AFC. I'm telling you, man. It's the AFC is getting real crowded when it comes to talented teams. I would like for some of them to be divvied out to the NFC.
Right, right. Me too.
Well,
You don't want shit.
Actually,
You want a clear path to the fucking.
Yeah,
but
actually, keep it the way it is.
That is the good thing about the AFC, though. Usually, if you come out of there, it's not, you're hardened for the next step. Whereas the NFC is kind of, you can build that momentum up until you hit somebody who's moving faster.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the NFC usually has to work a little harder to get that win after all of that, because it's tough coming out of the AFC nowadays, boy. Especially with Kansas City out there now.
Yeah.
It's tough coming out of the AFC. But I do think the picture, Mark is a fucking fool.
Dang you go. What an asshole.
I'm sick of him. I'm sick to death of his ass. Okay. Let's move on.
Okay.
I gotta give Pops the peas. Pops gets all the peas this episode. With the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather, he caught it. He was right on the money.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
Can I say something about that? I mean, I get it. I get the exhibition. I get it. Muhammad Ali get an exhibition. Right. I get it.
Or Rocky Marciano.
I mean, what was that about? What I seen Floyd Mayweather.
Right, he said it.
There you go. What, $50 million? I mean, both of them walk away with 25 apiece.
Mike, he got $30 million off of his trunks alone.
Yeah.
He got $30 million off of the patches he put on his trunks alone. He told you what it was about. He said it was a legal heist. He said, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto in real life, and y'all are mad about it.
Damn. I was like, man, I just didn't get into it. I know he could hit that man and knocked him out. You know, that's what I was wanting to see. Really, not his ass out.
He did. He could have if he trained for it. If he trained for it, he could have. That Floyd Mayweather couldn't have knocked him out.
You know what? I mean, you got to think about this. The whole 9 yards, it's all about money. You know, if I come to Floyd Mayweather and offer him something and tell him he can make all this money, man, and I can put my name on the map, you know, the Paul Logan thing ain't going to last. It's not going to last.
No.
It's not going to last. Eventually, they're going to call out the wrong person, and that wrong person going to put him
get hurt. I'm hoping it's Canelo.
They called out.
I don't even think it's going to get to
Jake Paul called out Canelo.
Yeah, he called out Canelo.
I don't even think it's going to get to Canelo. I think this next fighter he fight going to put him on his ass.
Tyron?
Woodley?
You think Tyron Woodley? I don't think so. I think I'm putting my money on Jake still.
I'm gonna take Tyron Woodley. I'm telling you right now, Woodley is not. You know what? When you keep getting, he's not playing.
But listen, Tyron Woodley is also he's listed at 5'8". Most say he's really 5'7", 185. And usually fights lower. But Jake walks around 6'3", 200 something.
Hey, sooner or later you're gonna run into a buzzsaw, and they're gonna cut your ass up.
Listen, I'm not saying that Tyron can't be that buzzsaw. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he still has that same issue that I always speak about with MMA fighters of not getting your head off the line. He don't move his head.
I told you him out. He won't
move his head. He won't move his head to save his life.
But the thing is, you don't know what kind of chin he has. If he got a chin,
he got knocked out in his past 4 out of 5 fights.
Oh, well, that's why he called
But
him
that's
out.
also 4-ounce gloves too. I mean, but they say that the glove the doesn't make a difference. You know what I mean? Like the
This boy get in there and he hungry and he's saying, "I'm not gonna let you make me embarrass me. It's gonna be a nice."
no, Tyron's not gonna let him embarrass him. This is gonna be his toughest fight to date. That's a fact. That's a
What else
fact.
gloves are they using, Cliff?
I believe 10.
10 ounce.
Yeah, I
And he
believe
keeps calling these midgets. He always calling out small fighters. Call out somebody your size. Call
Tommy
out
Fury.
somebody your
I want to
size.
see him fight Tommy Fury. That's the fight I want to see. I want to see Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. Tommy
I
Fury's
like
only 4-0.
I like to see Jake Paul and what's his name, Lil what the
Kimbo
hell?
Slice's
Slice,
son.
Lil Slice.
You say that
Kimbo
all the
Slice's
time.
son fights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Tell him,
say,
give me a little slice.
I don't
Lil
know.
Slice, a bare knuckle brawler. You ain't gonna knock him out that easy.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I still to this day rather get hit with a bare knuckle than a fist. Or than a
glove.
Yeah. Still
You'd
to
rather
this-
get hit.
Yep.
I don't
Hit
know.
me with
I
your
don't know.
fist.
It depends on whose fist it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that glove rocks my dome every trip. It's
I
like
bet.
that
I bet.
fist just hurts where you hit me. It doesn't I don't feel it in my head. I just feel it in that spot. But that glove is like, it don't matter where they hit you. It's like, oh my
Ring and
God.
hold
They can hit you
dome.
with a body shot and your head be like, oh shit. You just rattled me.
Listen.
Hard, but I'm telling you, you got somebody who don't mind getting hit, ain't scared to get hit, and can throw one back.
Oh,
Them
you
boys-
got him. Yeah, you named the perfect guy. Then that's Tyron. Tyron's not worried about getting hit, and he's gonna throw.
Man, you seen in that fight when Mayweather hit him with that one shot, he was rocked.
Yeah, that
Right.
one where
The
he
jab
laid
where he
on
held
him.
him up.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you
yes.
know what? Everybody been
Yeah.
saying that he was knocked out. Floyd Mayweather carried him. That's not what that was. But and he explained it too. Logan Paul was a wrestler in high school. He was like a big time wrestler. I don't think he was nationally ranked, but he was a big time wrestler. And he was saying that move that he does, and it's called a whizzer in wrestling, where you underhook the person's head and you lay your body weight on top of them to gas them out. The thing
Right.
is, you don't have enough boxing knowledge to know when you get hit like that, you cannot perform that move. That looks bad on scorecards. You can't it's okay to lay your body weight on someone because you're letting them know I'm laying it on you. But when you get hit and lay your body weight on someone, that looks bad in the sport of boxing.
Mhm.
You can't do
Yeah.
that. So you're gonna take heat from people that don't know the sport, that just see that. Because let's be honest, if he really put him out, it wouldn't have mattered if Mayweather was trying to hold him up. His legs would have gave out and he'd have dropped.
Right.
He'd have dropped straight in Mayweather's lap if he was really knocked out. But you also,
I think he stunned him.
you said what?
He stunned him.
Oh, he stunned him
He
like
did.
a motherfucker.
He did stun.
He said it though. He said it too. He said, yeah, he hit me. He said I wasn't hurt, but he hit me and I felt it, and I just laid my weight on him. But you can't do that in boxing. That just doesn't. We got a new subscriber. Shout out Donovan Hindle. I believe that was the name. It popped up. Hindler. Shout out Donovan Hindler. Appreciate you, my guy.
Right.
Yeah, give us a question. What do you want? What do you want to know?
Oh yeah, the chat is open as well. If you'd like to speak, we definitely welcome all comers. But I gotta give him the win though. I gotta give Logan the win. Like, don't get me wrong, Mayweather won the fight. Like, that's clear. That's clear. You won the fight. You threw more than 50% less punches and connected more, but the fact that you lasted the 8 rounds and actually made the fight competitive, I give you the win. I give you the win with an asterisk. You don't get the win, but with an asterisk.
The difference between me and this, what they're doing to me is a joke. At least Butterbean said, "I'm gonna jump into 4 rounds, division. He's the 4-round champ."
Say what you got, Pops, and then I want to touch this chat. Say what you got.
What do you think? Butterbean fought at least 4-round fighters. He fought boxers. He fought literally
Right.
went into the ring and fought boxers. He didn't go into the majors, but he fought anybody in
Tommy
the 4 round. And he fought
Morrison.
Larry Holmes.
Tommy Morrison.
He fought Larry Holmes.
Tommy Morrison started out as a tough man fighter. He jumped into tough man at the age of 15 with a fake ID, and that's how he ended up going pro. He didn't really have an amateur background like that.
That's my point. Quit calling out these bums that's
Go at it.
8 inches shorter than you.
Right. But my guy Donovan Hindler says, can you guys rate I think that's me. Rate me on a 1 through 5 with what I tell you, because I play football, soccer, baseball, and baseball. Yeah, send it out. Send it out, Donovan. Of course. But go ahead, Pop. What were we talking about?
No, I'm just saying I would like to see him fight somebody. I like to see him fight somebody.
Like somebody real, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what
somebody
I
in your
want.
weight class. Quit fighting people with 30 pounds lighter than you.
I agree with that. That's one thing I definitely
It's not
agree
even
on.
impressive to me. It's not impressive.
The weight class should not be a discrepancy. Like they said, it's weight classes for a reason, so fight someone in yours.
Like they say, fight somebody your own size.
Number 2 is, now listen, let's be 100. Logan Paul is doing exhibitions, as Mike said. Jake Paul is not. Jake Paul is fighting sanctioned fights. He's on BoxRec. He's actually getting a record. So now you went in as a professional fighter without an amateur background, but you cannot continue to fight people that are not actual boxers.
Fighters. Yes.
You can be a fighter in MMA, but like we said, the timing, the distance, everything is different. So it's going to be harder for them to adapt to a squared ring, fighting in that with just gloves and no leg work, than anyone else. Which, once again, we'll get to later on in the show, because I want to shout out the greatest woman of all time, Clarissa Shields, but we'll get there. But there's points that I wanted to make when I said timing, distance, all that's different. It was very evident in that Clarissa Shields fight that we'll talk about a little later. But as far as the Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul, another reason why I give him the win with the asterisks is Mayweather said, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not fighting no more exhibitions. I'm done with the sport of boxing. Why? Why after a YouTuber? Because you realize that the Father Time's catching up to you, and you should have been able to really humiliate dude, but you didn't like you really wanted to, so now you're done? That kind of I can't remember who said it. It was an MMA guy. It wasn't Joe Rogan. It was an MMA guy, but he said this fight, the Logan Paul Mayweather, looks bad on boxing because you're supposed to be a surgeon. You know what I mean? As a boxer, you're supposed to be a surgeon, and you're asking a guy off the street to come in and perform surgery, and you allowed him to compete with you surgically. When you're the best fighter in the world, arguably, like you say, the world's ever seen, that's not a good look for you. And then the fact that you say, I'll never do it again, is an even worse look. But Mayweather said it, and this is what I said we'll touch on later. He said, listen, my kids can't eat legacy. My kids eat food. And the only thing I know that provides food is money. So I'm about my money. And remember, I asked you, I said, Pops, now Mayweather strikes me as the kind of guy that would trade his legacy away for $1. And when he said that, it was it kind of made my stomach drop. Like, fuck, that is not the guy that I wanted, not the face of, I didn't want to hear the face of boxing say something like that.
Right.
Now we have to replace your face, because that is not acceptable in the sport of boxing. You'll trade your legacy away for money? And it's not like your legacy was the strongest to where it's like, I'll still be okay if I take this L to Logan. No, there's still been fighters like Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and all them who have done comparable feats in the sport. So I took it as a big L.
Yeah.
But my guy Donovan, well, I'll touch this and we'll move on. Donovan Hindler, he said, I'm 5'8", I run a 5'4" 40. I'm second fastest in the state, and I play quarterback and cornerback in football. Oh, wait, no, cornerback. Yeah, quarterback and cornerback in football. For soccer, I use that for my speed, and I play baseball as a shortstop for my footwork, but I mainly play football. What grade are you in? Like, where are you at in your? That's my question. Is where
Yeah.
you at in your career?
Development.
Right, and that would be a better gauge because I'm.
But 5'4" is not that fast.
No, not in a 40, but I mean, as a quarterback, I'm looking at that 40, and I'm hoping that you're, as we talked about earlier in the show, I'm hoping you're a pocket shredder, especially at 5'8". If you're not like 5'8", if you're anything higher than sophomore year in high school, you probably got to take a 5 to a 7 step drop just to get to see over the line. So
Right.
that's gonna make a difference as well. I would imagine you have to be quick though for them to put you at a shortstop. So
Oh yeah. Got fast hands anyway.
right, and from
Man, good
soccer,
man.
I'm sure your footwork is all right. That may be I would put that as a point of focus. Increasing your footwork, you increase your footwork, do footwork drills, jump rope, shit like that. You'll increase that 40. I don't know how by much, but 14.
Good,
Okay,
man.
14
Good.
going into the 8th.
No,
Yes,
he's
sir.
young.
Okay. I
Yes,
give
sir.
Okay.
You are, yeah.
Okay.
That's a
I give you a 7, 7.5.
That's fast enough.
out of 5, out of 1 through 5.
A 1 through 5.
Yeah, he
I
said 1
give him
through
a 4.
5.
I give him a 4.
Yeah, I'll give him a
I give
4.2, 4.3. As far as hoping that you develop into
And get stronger faster.
right,
Yeah.
but right now, yeah, no, that sounds great, Donovan.
You need to run some heels.
Yeah, get
Get
a
them
get a
legs.
parachute, get a parachute vest.
Get a
Do
weight
some
vest.
sprints. Do some sprints down the block with the parachute on. But yeah,
I get
no, that yeah, I agree, and that's good shit, Malk. Yep, keep working hard. Where you from, if you don't mind me asking? Don't display addresses, just the area. But yeah, that's good. That's good advice, Malk.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's hey, you're a young buck. You got some time to.
Right.
Man.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. 5'8", yeah, 5'8" and go, yeah,
5'8" up there. That's nice.
yeah. And that
You're a
40
grown
time,
man.
that 40 time doesn't look that bad now that I see your
Right.
age. So yeah.
He already taller than you, Mike Brown. That's a good sign. He might be on something.
14-year-old grown man. I feel you.
Listen. Yeah, keep working, Donovan, and we appreciate you subscribing. Stick around for us, if you don't mind. Are we skipping again? I gotta get this new computer.
Yeah, it skipped a second ago. I was gonna say I didn't.
Y'all wasn't even on, Pops. The motherfucking post office tried to deliver the computer I ordered. $550 delivered the computer 8:50 a.m. Who's up at 8:50 a.m. on a Saturday?
Mike Brown.
Now listen,
Right,
I was
right.
listen. I was up at 6.
Not me.
I was up at 6, but you remember I had the kids last night. So when I saw they was still asleep out here, I took my black ass back in there and laid back down.
Hey, on Saturdays I wake up at 5:30, 7:30, and go back to sleep. And 6:30, 7:30 sleep.
I
Go back
usually
to
don't
sleep.
get out of bed till
I'm
like
out at
9.
11.
Right,
I'm out
9,
at 11.
9:30. Unless it's
Power naps.
But yeah, no, you
Right, Mike. You know how we do. Look,
I get up at 5 o'clock
Power
every
nap.
morning, every day. So on
You from
Saturdays,
Florida.
I don't see you.
Okay. Yeah, you
Yeah,
from
that's a
Florida.
beat.
I would definitely recommend working
Florida?
on your feet, because
Oh,
you're in a
nice.
fast area.
Yeah.
When it comes to like defense, I would definitely work on your feet at that age, so you're ready by the time you get into that high school level. But yeah, no, from what I'm hearing or what I'm reading, I feel like you're on the right track, young brother.
And if you play quarterback, linebacker would be good on defense.
You said what? And the fact that you play cornerback, that lets me know that even for them to put you there, even if it's second, third string, you must have okay footwork.
Yeah. Linebacker sounds like his speed.
Well, listen, he say he quarterback. Quarterback's his number one.
As I said, quarterback number one, linebacker should be number two.
Yeah. Well, hey, it all depends what you can do between now and high school, because you know they make that decision. They either you're the guy or.
No, I wouldn't put him. I wouldn't put him at a linebacker just because I don't want you getting banged up like that. Cornerback.
He'll put on more weight as he gets older.
Right, but listen, let's be honest. It's a that line from quarterback to linebacker is very thick. You can't just ride that line.
Did he say 4.5 or 5.4 speed?
5.4.
5.4 is linebacker.
5.4 40, but he's also 14.
He's still going through puberty, so I mean,
right?
He's just now.
That's going to drop.
Stretched,
That can drop. I mean, you would like it to drop. You would like it to drop a whole second, but that could drop a good 0.6.
If it drops, he's nice.
I mean, but at 14 to 18, senior year in high school, you could drop that 40 time a good 0.6, get down to a 4.8, 4.7.
It sounds like he might be about 5'10", 5'11", or he might make over.
He might make over. But yeah, keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Hey, we rooting for you. We got your name today.
You know, keep pushing.
Hey, we can always go back in the days. Remember the podcast? He was on our podcast.
Right. Right. And we're gonna need an interview, Mr. Hindler. So keep in touch. But lastly, and we'll wrap it up, I gotta shout out the GWOAT. Greatest woman of all time, the GWOAT.
Oh, good.
Clarissa Shields.
Clarissa.
Won her first MMA pro debut match against Brittany Elkin, and for long-time listeners, we talked about it way back in the day when they first announced it. I said this was going to be a interesting fight for her because the Elkin girl specializes in jiu-jitsu, and she had her. So fight starts out, Elkin gets a takedown in the first round. Clarissa got back up, reversed the takedown, but Elkins ended up in full mount with 3 minutes left on the clock. That's where I thought Clarissa was going to freak out and blow her load. She was perfectly calm. She made it out of the round. Second round, landed great fucking shots. She landed some great shots, like some shots that, like, I don't think there's a lot of MMA young ladies that can take those from a boxer with those gloves. And Elkins went for a takedown. She defended it, sprawled, got out of it. Issue is that she chased her back down to the ground and got back on the ground with her. Elkin got her in full mount again with 3:30 on the clock. She defended an arm bar, and then that's what ended the round. She almost TKO'd her with one leg hooked under her body at the end of the second round, but they called it. The ref didn't stop the fight. But my whole thing is she was generating a lot of power from positions that normal MMA fighters don't generate power from. She was punching up from her back. You don't see that a lot in MMA. People don't punch up from the back because you're susceptible to the arm bar, right? And they'll grab that arm. And that's exactly what she did, grabbed the arm. But in the third round, Clarissa Shields, she was down 2 rounds to 1. 0 rounds to 2 at the second round. Third round came out, got the TKO, I think, with like 1:30 into the round or something like that. But either way, it was an amazing win. It was just amazing to watch her in the cage. Like when I saw it, and when I saw all the people that were like bigging her up, like she had rivals, like her rivals in the sport of boxing were like, "Good win, sis," and all that. Like I was feeling like that one way. Like I damn near teared up after I saw everything everybody was saying, because it was just like she showed so much grit in that fight. Like, and let's be real, that's the thing that the men talk about, right? You talk about being the baddest man, you talk about being the baddest man on the planet, but who actually ventures out to do it? You got to give respect to the Conor McGregors to try to fight
Right.
Floyd. But for a Clarissa Shields to jump out of the ring at the peak of her career, and jump into MMA just to show she's that bad as a woman, you can't do anything but respect the fuck out of that.
Right.
You're a beast.
You're a 2-time gold medalist Olympian jumping out of the sport of boxing that you're succeeding so well into a sport you know nothing about and taking a fight in less than 2 months' notice and beat no girl.
Right.
Now she got a win on the season. Like everybody in the MMA world's been saying, she's going to look a lot better her second fight. She looked good her first fight. It didn't look wild. It didn't look sloppy. It looked like she belonged there. And then I just found out that the PFL that she fights for, Wiz Khalifa's the owner.
Okay.
He's the owner of it. Well, not the sole owner. He's a group owner, but right, but he's still an owner. And he was talking about fighting. You know, Wiz Khalifa's been training in MMA for like. He's been trained. He said he trains 5 days a week. He's been training 5 days a week for 4 years now. But he's been training before then.
Okay.
So I would love to see Wiz Khalifa hop in there and see what happens. But I had to give peas to Clarissa Shields. We don't know who her next opponent is, but the PFL is not like the UFC. It's a season. So it's like you get a win, you move on type shit. So I imagine she'll have another fight coming up within the next 2 to 3 months. So we'll see what happens there. I just had to give her her peas. As far as wrapping it up, before I do so or give my questions and then hit the showers, does anybody else have any other topics or anything to say?
What's his name? Christian. What's his name? Christian. What's his name? The soccer player.
Erickson.
Yeah, it was nice. He came out. And they thought he had a heart attack or whatever it was. He dropped down to the ground. All prayers go out to this young man. Hope that he keeps going strong.
Right. Right.
That nothing serious happened to him and his family is not missing him.
Right. And shout out to Mr. Donovan Hindler. He said, I live on the water, so I spend around an hour and a half every day in the water working on cardio and around an hour with yoga to stay loose. I mean, it sounds like you got your head on straight. Yeah,
right.
It sounds,
keep it up, Donovan.
Man, I would like to. We need updates, so stick around, stay subscribed, and give us updates, baby. We want to hear about that success you gonna have.
Yeah.
But to wrap us up, what I will say is, last question. I want to know what y'all see the Titans' record being at the end of the year with that Julio Jones edition, and then y'all's hit the showers.
All right, I'll go ahead and go first. I see this Tennessee Titans 9-7.
It's 17 games.
9-8.
Okay, I'll take 9-8.
I was about to, it's funny that I was gonna say the same thing, and I thought about it in my head, like, no, that'd be 9-8.
And I'm not gonna be mean tonight, but once again, Nick Foles hit the shower.
Oh, Nick Foles. I thought he was going to
I waited. I saved it for you, buddy. Yeah, I saved it for you. Hit the showers, Nick Foles. You're not good as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Only a backup.
He's got that ring.
That's true. I can't say no more.
Right.
I can't say no more. Go ahead.
Pops?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Donovan says 12-4. Okay.
Well, wait, that still would be. So he probably means either 13-4 or 12-5.
Right, 13-4. He just corrected it. 13-4.
Okay, Donovan. Okay.
That's it. Listen, let me write that down so I can mention you if you hit that.
Yeah, what you got, Pops?
I say Tennessee goes 10-7.
You stole mine, but that's okay. All right. Well, who's your hit the showers?
Yeah, his mic's off. He's muted or something.
Oh, you froze up on us.
He froze up.
He
Just
said, Donovan said Nick Foles gotta go, Malk. Listen, he gotta go.
Dang, Donovan. You was doing so good,
I like
bro.
it more already.
Hey, in all fairness, though, Donovan, you was probably at recess when Nick Foles won the.
What's that?
Don't hate on my guy. Don't hate on my guy.
Don't do it.
He said you at recess when I'm about to get this check in the league.
Don't forget about me. Look, even if that's my name. Yeah, Pop, who's your hit the showers?
My hit the showers is Gasol.
Mark Gasol.
Mark Gasol.
Mark Gasol. That's twice she said it, ain't it?
I think
so. Did she say that before?
I don't want to see him come back. I don't want him to see him try.
We're going to count him up. At the end of the year, we're going to count up the hit the showers and see who get the hit the showers of the year.
So probably Nick Foles because Mike Brown rigging it.
Or Trent Brown.
Or Trent Brown, man. Dang.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Those are the people that affected me, you know?
I get it. I'm with it.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Titans. I'm gonna say they go 11-7.
I thought about it. 11-6.
11-7.
You gonna say 11-6, Pop?
11-6.
No, he said it. I said 10-7.
Oh, okay,
11-6.
I'm going with you on that.
11-6.
Oh, he's a Bears fan. That might be a good year for you.
Okay.
That might be a good year for you.
I would say my hit the showers goes to that general manager for the Packers that made that comment recently about Aaron Rodgers, saying that the nicest thing we'll say about him, or the nicest way to put it, is that he's a complicated fella. I just feel like
complicated for your organization type shit.
Right. I just feel like he pulled a Jerry Krause. Like the GM, I feel like he's on that Jerry Krause.
You already know it's a us versus them mentality when it comes to upper management and athletes, and that seemed like a very us versus them response.
Right.
So I can completely understand. Yeah, I get it. I get that. I have no idea on my hit the showers. I'm still stalling for time, to be honest. I will say I gotta agree with Pops. I go 10-7 with the Titans. I could see an 11-6, but I'm going 10-7. And then hit the showers. I'm gonna have to give it to Kirk Cousins
for studying
your entire career. Like it was Aaron Rodgers worthy to try to improve your last year and a half in the league is wild to me. So I'm gonna need Kirk Cousins to hit the showers.
All right, just listen, Kirk Cousins, you gotta go, bruh.
Listen,
hit them showers.
Does anybody have anything to take us out of here?
Jamarcus Russell for president for the Raiders.
Why are you doing this to us? Come on.
Rich Gannon may get his gold jacket when we're all far gone.
Yeah, that's okay, because when he gets that gold jacket, remember that doll in my closet. It's go too.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Mike,
as soon as he gets his gold jacket.
Mike, since you want to hate on Nick Foles, next time, why don't you bring Rich Gannon on for your boys, your little doll you got in your closet?
Listen, bring him out. Bring him out.
Mike got a Rich Gannon sex doll in his closet.
Yeah. Oh, shit. He done Mr. Edited you. Listen, let me stop for...
That's all right. I got his number.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be at your place, Mike, next week.
Well,
yeah, I already know.
Right, and you better fuck him up in his sleep.
For sure. He getting a wedgie.
To all my shower heads and our newly appointed shower head, Donovan Hindler, good luck to you and all your future endeavors. But we love y'all. Stay tuned. We'll be back Wednesday for NBA playoff talk. Until next time, I need y'all for 5 minutes after the show's over, though.
No problem.
All right, love y'all. Y'all be good or be good at it.
Cliff No hits this. We out.
Peace.